peace, love, and prosperity. ᴘᴏᴅᴄ.ᴄ is my name for clarity. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for tuning in. This is episode 40 of the EBCG podcast. Everybody Can't Go is the name of the show. I am your host. It's August 24th, 2023, 8/24, so you already know. Need I say more? It's definitely Mama Day. So you already know I had to definitely come in, archive an episode on, I like to drop on days that I feel like Mama Day is like a holiday, you feel me? And realistically, man, just everything that I've been dealing with, on a personal level and just all of the different things that I've had to kind of figure out how to navigate and kind of clear these hurdles. I'm definitely applying Mamba mentality to my everyday life, and I can honestly say that I'm at a point now where, it was a point in time where I didn't understand Kobe, to be honest, right? And if I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000, I feel like the reason why Kobe's, untimely passing hit me so hard personally is because I spent so many years basically trying to, kind of just not, he was my rival in sports. If I'm just keeping it all the way 1,000, I was an Allen Iverson fan. Allen Iverson is, was my favorite player. So realistically, fam, anybody that follows sports know that AI and Kobe, we gonna get into some other things. This is definitely, like I said, Mamba Day. So I definitely want to just start this episode off by saying Mamba Forever. I'm probably gonna name the episode Mamba Forever, to be honest, right? 8/24 Mamba Day. I had to come and do it for Kobe one time. I definitely did a show for Kobe on AMP. Shout out to AMP. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and download that app if you don't have it. ᴘᴏᴅᴄ.ᴄ. I'm over there popping my shit and all that. You know what I'm saying? But I did a show for him for yesterday. Yesterday, obviously, 8/23 is his birthday, right? So I kind of did a little tribute show for Kobe, man. And like I said, man, I just feel like I said, I was getting ready to say that the reason why I feel like the impact was so heavy on me is because, like I said, I spent a lot of years kind of just like looking at him as like, I only viewed him as a basketball player, basically, for so many years. And then, you kind of look, and once you get time to kind of really sit down and look at everything that really a lot of the stuff that he was doing post basketball, right? After he retired, after the NBA, I just feel like he was well on his way to becoming, he was going to be in the Hall of Fame in other places as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got an Oscar. His ambition, his drive, we seen what he was trying to do and basically trying to push women's basketball, and we see how important that was to him. And I definitely feel like, shout out to the WNBA. I was thinking about that yesterday, basically things that I feel like they're missing the mark with as far as, why they're not as popular maybe as they should be, right? Because realistically, fam, the WNBA, some talented players over there. And, realistically, fam, if you're a fan of basketball, I mean, they're playing the game of basketball. What is the real disconnect? And really where I feel like they're missing the mark is marketing, right? I feel like why aren't there more, incorporate some type of, I don't know, man. Like, listen, man, we also just celebrated 50 years of hip-hop. And obviously, 50 years of hip-hop, man, we've been around a long time. And there's a reason why we've been around so long. And that's because we're influential. You know what I'm saying? And, all of the barriers that I feel like hip-hop have broken. And I know I'm kind of jumping at this point. You feel me? I already introed the episode, right? Yeah, I know I'm not editing and all that. So I kind of got to self-edit as I... like I said, I got 10 on the docket, man. I wanted to just start it off. We'll touch on some more of that a little bit later. Yeah, man. EBCG episode 40. So where we at, man? I definitely so do I get straight into my the concert? 50 years of hip hop, episode 39, my last episode, I feel like I was basically, I basically was saying that I was gonna go. So I definitely attended the concert and everything, man. And I'm not gonna hold you. I'm kind of still basically on a high from that shit. If I'm just being all the way 1,000. I got to see some amazing performances from artists who I never thought I would see. I definitely missed a few of the performances. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I ain't gonna. I gotta get there a little late. You feel me? And realistically, fam, it wasn't so much that I got there late, more than it was just that the lines were crazy, right? So when you get there, so this is my first concert experience, right? So on a scale of 1 through 10, I'm not gonna hold you. It wasn't that. I ain't have a bad experience for real. Nothing crazy happened. I ain't lose nothing. I definitely ain't have the best seats, right? I was in the grandstand, fam. We all the way up on the top. You feel me? But they got the jumbotrons in there and everything. So it's not like I wasn't able to see the performances. But what I'm saying is this, fam. What I'm saying is this. My next go round, like the next time, because I definitely plan on, like, I have to see Kendrick Lamar, live at this point. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't mind seeing Beyonce live. I'm hearing good, great reviews about all of her shows. There's a lot of artists on tour right now. I'm low-key jumping ahead of my docket, but yeah, facts. So yeah, let's get back to the Hip Hop 50. So yeah, I pull up. The lines was kind of crazy at first. I was kind of looking at it like, fam, am I about to miss the whole event type shit? It was looking that crazy. But as you kind of move along, you start to realize it's actually a lot of different entrances. It's just you kind of got to get through. They low-key they almost wasn't going to let me in. Well, they didn't let me in because I had a can of Red Bull on me, right? So this is something that I could kind of now I know for my next, my next go around, you can't bring a can of Red Bull, or I guess just a canned beverage inside of a stadium, fam. They was in there serving beer, all type of shit, fam. Whatever. So point being this, I had to chug my Red Bull, upon entry, right? So I'm getting zooted before the show before I even see the performances, fam. I say all that to say this, man. My energy definitely was up. You feel me? Got to my section. My section was pretty lit. The only thing was, it was kind of like hard to I basically ended up in like 10 different sections. You know what I'm saying? Before the show was over, right? Because when you get up and the way those seats are set up, you kind of, once you exit, and I was already, I'm cushed up, you feel me? So I'm in there, I'm barely, my energy was up, but at the same time, it was a little foggy in that bitch, to say the least, right? So I done came back, went to another section, whatever the case may be. I ain't missed none of the performances that I wanted to see, for the most part. I got there when Lupe was performing, which, I mentioned this, on my show on AMP, I did a couple of tributes, to hip hop on AMP. Once again, I'm on AMP, shout out to AMP. I did a thank you hip hop show. Well, I really freestyled the whole show, and I'm not even gonna hold you. The show is about to expire, and I'm sitting there looking like I archived a few moments from the show, but realistically, fam, I need to figure out a way I might download that whole episode, fam. I got 2 days to do it. Point being this, I got there when Lupe Fiasco was basically done, fam. This was the artist who kind of, once I found out it was confirmed that Lupe was going to be on the bill, fam, you got to understand. I said to myself, when am I going to ever get a chance to see? All right, cool. And then I seen a couple of the other, I already knew Nas was going to be there, you feel me? So that was really the artist who kind of got me to really, I say all that to say this, fam. I get there and Lupe was in his last few bars, fam, a superstar. You feel me? Which is a song that I play to this day. I'm laying that shit off in 2023, fam. Like, that shit just dropped. Like, that was kind of like, all right, a little bummer, whatever the case may be. But after that, it was just pretty much all uphill from there, to be honest. A lot of different Remy, Fat Joe, right? Who performed? Let's get to the other performers who was there, who actually I got to see, right? I got to see Lil' Kim perform, which, I mean, I'm not even gonna hold you. Like I said, fam, I wasn't like, we didn't have like front row seats or whatever the case may be. But that jumbotron was definitely, you know what I'm saying, in 4K, fam. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Like, Lil' Kim actually looked amazing up there, right? And I've seen several different, like, we not going. My point is this: Lil' Kim looked amazing, and she performed, and she was absolutely amazing. Lil' Kim is phenomenal on stage, fam. Like, she can really, she know how to perform, and I mean the crowd was going crazy. I feel like she had one of the standout moments and all that. Remy and Fat Joe definitely did their thing too, and they killed it. And obviously they from the BX, right? So that's home team. So we kind of already expect for them to get that reception, right? They did their thing. They performed a few joints, to be honest. Fat Joe was up there for a little minute. I got to see Wu-Tang perform. I forgot about Wu-Tang, like, and it's crazy. Once again, like I said, this is my first show, right? So I definitely pulled up, right? I had my Canon camera, and then I had my iPhone or whatever, right? I did everything. I thought I had enough storage. I was able to get a good amount of footage, and I feel like I was able to capture every artist. I missed a few people though. My point is this, fam. My storage definitely ran full, and then I definitely didn't have enough storage. So I'm sitting there. I got a camera in one hand, my iPhone in the other hand. My wrist is hurting. You feel me? I'm sitting there. I'm smacked. I'm trying to hold and record. I mean, I did it for the most part, right? Until I ran out of goddamn storage. So now I'm sitting there trying to figure out what to delete. And I'm doing this whole thing with the OneDrive. I'm watching the show at the same time, and it kind of got a little hectic. At a certain point, I had to just say, you know what I'm saying? I got to enjoy the show, and I had to just put that bitch down, fam, like, fuck it. But I captured, for the most part, I feel like I got all of the, understand that I got to see Lil Wayne perform once again. Pardon me, hold on, let me clear my throat. Hip Hop 50, man. It was absolutely amazing. Wayne performed. When Wayne came out, I'm not gonna hold you. That it caught me off guard. Because I'm not sure if did they announce Wayne. Why do I feel like Wayne was like a surprise? Like he just kind of. I don't know if they put him on the flyer, fam. I don't remember seeing his name. My point is this: he came out, the crowd went crazy, obviously, and he really came out there and low key gave people like that was like his tour. You know what I'm saying? Like it felt like, you know what I'm saying, you was basically, like, he gave a really, really good show. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, Wayne's history in New York and Wayne being an artist from the South. Obviously, you just not expecting him to come to New York and, you know what I'm saying, give the best performance considering the fact that he's been to New York and, you know what I'm saying, he had that whole situation in New York, right? He's even been on record saying that low-key, I might never even come back to New York type shit, right? And I know that was a long time ago, but my point is this. Wayne came out in the Yankee Stadium, fam, and absolutely went crazy. He performed Fireman, all of them joints, Mr. Carter. I got a good amount of footage of the Wayne. Who else performed? Lola Brooke came out, you know what I'm saying, for a quick 30 seconds or whatever the case may be, but she had a lot of, good energy. I was actually more excited about that, you know what I'm saying, actually being able to see performers perform live, because realistically, fam, they doing a lot of, you got AI basically running the industry at this point, fam. You don't even really know who's who anymore when you hear a record, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're not one of the ones that we know, anything goes in that damn, you know what I'm saying, in the production room. So to actually see how performers interact or like basically, control the crowd, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she was definitely a good performer. Lola Brooke, Wayne, when he killed it, you know what I'm saying? I already mentioned Wayne. Who am I forgetting? Why am I beating around the bush? Let's get to it, fam. Because realistically, I mean, this the thing. I've never been to Yankee Stadium before, number one. right? I've never been in Yankee Stadium to watch a baseball game. You feel me? That's not. I've only been to one baseball game in my entire life, and that was at Shea Stadium. R.I.P. to Shea Stadium, fam. That shit was really like a staple in Queens and shit. My point is this, fam. It was some of the best sleep that I've ever gotten, and I mean, to this day, fam. I mean, I was. You would have thought I ate 10 edibles, bro. I was out cold in them bleachers, fam. That's how boring the game was. Is basically my point is, right? I say all that to say this because I digress. I do this a lot, by the way. Self edit. Hold on. Let me get back. Recalibrate. The fact that I was able to see, I knew Nas was gonna be there. I was already aware of this, right? Ice Cube, I forgot about Cube. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube definitely came out. That was another surprise. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Ice Cube from the West Coast. Ice Cube, he got the big three and he got all that going on, fam. Like, he was just on first take talking about he got, you know what I'm saying? He got other things to deal with as far as with the NBA and the business and all that other shit that's going on, right? Pardon himself. Kid is a little raspy. I definitely just came out of the rain again, which is why I'm under the weather in the first place, right? So now I'm probably definitely about to have pneumonia in this bitch. Hold on, man. Let me let me get right. So Cube, Cube performed, but I'm digressing, right? Let's stick to what the hell we about to say right here. And this is basically kind of like a once in a lifetime moment. Like I spoke about basically on episode 39, my last episode, right? The song that basically made me fall in love with hip hop on record now, you know, it's basically what I said was I can't even get it out. Nas and Lauryn Hill, If I Ruled the World, is, you know, ultimately the record that, you know, I don't want to say introduced me to the genre, but it definitely woke me up to the genre, right? Kind of had a moment, you know what I'm saying? I already described this, you know what I'm saying? Being in left right, you know, 16th floor, you know what I'm saying? Feeling like I'm at the top of the Empire State Building and all that. It was really 18th floor, so realistically 16th floor, we basically was at the top. You understand what I'm saying? Google left right city and put two and two together, fam. I'm looking down from that and I'm listening to that, and it's just kind of like, it kind of just basically, it grabbed me. It grabbed my attention, and it's had it ever since. So that was the song. Obviously, needless to say, every time, you know, you got certain songs that are just going to hit you a certain way, whatever the case may be. My point is this, fam. Never in a million years would I thought would I'm literally like, I can't even. Nas and Lauryn Hill performed If I Ruled the World, the very song that introduced me to the genre, fam. I got to witness it live and up close and personal. I'm not gonna hold you, fam. Once again, these are moments that I'll never forget. I'm not sure if I was able to record that though. I was able to record that actually because by the time Nas came out, I made sure, like I said, it was a struggle, but I had to figure out like what to delete. I'm uploading shit to my OneDrive, deleting it from the phone at the same time. The Wi-Fi not really, so it was taking a little minute, but I figured it out though. So I got all of this footage, you know. Some of this shit I was able to zoom in on a Canon, and then some of it is on the iPhone, all zoomed out. But it is what it is, fam. I'm just saying, like I got to witness hip hop up close and personal, and I'm not gonna hold you. It was a great experience, you know. 10 to 10 is what I'm really saying. It could have been better, like the seats and shit, because I feel like the people that was down on the floor, they wasn't even turned, fam. We were, like I said, my section. It was probably like maybe one section that I went to that was kind of like, all right, let me. I left on purpose to get out of there, type shit. Like they wasn't even really. Everything else and everybody else was turned. You feel me? I feel like it's always like that though. The people in the cheap seats are always gonna be the ones with the most energy because we not. You feel me? We gotta. When you by the stage and shit. I don't know, man, but yeah, overall, man, great experience. I feel like I'm forgetting a lot, realistically. Who else came out, man? It was a great, man. The Wu-Tang definitely had the longest set. I mean, as they should. They got the largest group in hip-hop history and shit. The best group ever and shit. So they was out there for a hot little minute. A couple of cats performed. Oh, yeah, Common. See. I'm getting ready to forget. Common definitely went up there and blessed the stage, man. He went out there. He did a couple of his joints. He performed one of my favorite joints, The Food. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I'd get to see that live. And then he definitely kicked a freestyle, much like I do on the EBCG, much like I'm doing now, much like I do on A&P, on anything I do. Anytime I touch the mic, fam, understand that, yeah, I'm off the dome with it, fam. And Common was off the dome. He spit a crazy freestyle off the dome, fam. I definitely recorded that, you know what I'm saying? You know, shout out to me for completely missing, damn near, I mean, basically, the event was kind of based around Run DMC or whatever the case may be, right? What happened was they came out after Nas, you feel me? So by the time Nas got through and did one mic and all of this, Lauryn Hill, she did a couple of joints. She did Fuji live, fam. Wyclef wasn't even there. Understand what I'm saying, fam? Lauryn Hill went up there and went crazy, fam. She did Fuji live. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she did doo-wop that thing. I feel like she did a couple of her joints, and then they did If I Ruled the World. And at that point, I felt like I was levitating out of the stadium, fam. No cap. Like I said, I'm still kind of on a high. You feel me? Yeah, when you put hip-hop under one roof, man, it's just definitely a beautiful thing. I feel like they're going to get ready to make this like a yearly thing. Because Nas definitely said something like, see you next year at the end of the performance. And once he said that, I thought the show was over, fam. I say all that to say this. Run DMC came out and completely went crazy from what I heard, because I definitely left after Nas dropped the mic, fam. You feel me? Once Nas got up out of there, I was up out of there, fam. Now, I really did think that he was the last. I was assuming that he would be the main event or whatever the case may be. Speaking of main events, do we need to move on at this point, or do I need to do I need to continue to basically sit here and like gush over this? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was a great experience, man. Like I said, it was my first, concert going. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really play the crowds. I'm not really an eventful guy, realistically, fam. I mean, it depends. You know what I'm saying? I just never have, I've never been to Yankee Stadium. Then this shit is in the Bronx. That's the other thing. Like, I might have been to the Bronx a total of 5 times, bro, in my whole entire life, fam. I'm definitely lying, because I definitely lived in the YO, which is basically adjacent to the Bronx. So realistically, fam, I used to walk through the Bronx every day. Point being this, shout out to the BX, man. Shout out to the BX, shout out to Hip Hop 50. And shout out to Yankee Stadium as well, man, for, allowing them to even use that stadium and, use that for the venue. Obviously they didn't really have a choice. And I'm sure they brought in a lot of money. I'm sure hip hop paid them well. You feel me? Them concession stands the lines was crazy, fam. I was Dipset. Oh yeah, Cam came out. See? I got that. I recorded that though. Realistically, anybody I'm forgetting, I have this shit documented. So it's not like but yeah, it was a few performances was what I'm saying. This shit was definitely lit. I'm not going to hold you. 23 minutes in, EBCG Podcast, episode 40, ᴘᴏᴅᴄ.Λ TV. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to hold you. I just came out. Just got in from the job, the JOB, from the gig and shit. This nigga's just, I'm just at a point now where it's just like, fam, what am I doing, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm working for, at the end of the day, it's chess, not checkers, right? So realistically, fam, we all know we have to go out here and, you know what I'm saying, we all have a job to do. But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is this, fam. I'm willing to risk it all, fam. You know what I'm saying? Just to, I got to just get my own shit in motion at this point, fam. Working for other people is just not it, bro. And I understand that people say, yeah, but working, once you get, independent, it's kind of like you have more work to do. I'd rather have more work to do. Listen, Mamba mentality, man. Mamba forever is the episode. This is episode 40. Realistically, I ain't even really touched the docket yet. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here just gushing over my experience and all that. So where we at? I feel like Sha'Carri Richardson. Let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, I'm definitely about to hit the Gary Payton real quick. You know what I'm saying? I've never had this strain right here. It's definitely called Gary Payton. I'm not gonna hold you. I seen a couple of people ordering that joint. You feel me? So I kind of figured, all right, let me go ahead and try. Yeah, nah, this shit is definitely some fuego, right? And speaking of fuego, Sha'Carri Richardson is burning the world championships right now. You feel me? She definitely, obviously Sha'Carri Richardson, we kind of all seen everything that was kind of playing out with her, a few, I want to say, how long ago was this? It's been like over a year now, 2 years really, going on 2 years. I feel like, she had a whole situation where she basically got dropped from the team, right, from Team USA for smoking marijuana. Now, realistically, we knew then that was some funny shit, right? Point being this, it is what it is. It is what it is. And if today's Mamba Day, then this episode's, featured athlete, is Sha'Carri Richardson. Because at the end of the day, she definitely, literally and figuratively had to kind of clear hurdles. You know what I'm saying? Basically, all of the scrutiny. And all I want to say is, man, it just feels good to see other people basically, kind of show you how they can navigate through certain things and basically still get to their end goal. And Sha'Carri Richardson, she won this race. Understand that the odds were stacked against her prior to the race, right? The fact that she got there on a qualifying time, right? Which I'm not completely 100% well-versed in track and field. I actually have been to a track meet, though. I have been to a track meet. So technically, yeah, is that considered would that be considered an event? I guess it was kind of like an event. I'm not going to hold you. That shit was actually lit. Track meets is lit on the low, right? As I'm losing my whole voice, fam. Hold on, fam. What are we doing right now? Woo-sa. And I was actually able to get 2 autographs from 2 track and field stars. ᴘᴏᴅᴄᴅᴜ and I forget who the other was. It Maurice Green? I feel like it was Maurice Green, who was like the fastest person in the world at the time. My point is this, fam. My point is this. She barely even she qualified, right? I know my way around some of, you know what I'm saying? I actually had, I knew people that ran track, right? So all I'm saying is this. I understand that what she did was no easy feat. She was in lane 9, right? Which is the outside lane. So she was at a disadvantage being on the outside lane, because when you're on the outside lane, I guess you're further away or whatever the case may be. I'm not really sure what the science is on that. But I just know that the announcers kept saying that, right? She did it from lane 9. This is unbelievable. Like, all right, well, damn. I guess she did do that, right? She definitely won against, 2 people that, well, there was kind of like this thing with Jamaica. Jamaica been sweeping this event, obviously, right, for like the past 15 years and all that. So realistically, fam, the expectation coming into this was that they was basically going to come in and do the same thing. You had Shelly-Ann Fraser, right, who's been dominating the event. But then at the same time, Shelly-Ann Fraser, is kind of like, I'm not sure how old. I mean, she's still phenomenal. I mean, she won, what was she, bronze? I believe she came in 3rd place, right? So she's still who she is. But my point is this, man. Sha'Carri just had they number that day, fam. She came out there in lane 9. Like I said, she wasn't even expected to win. She came and she won. What was the, Shericka Jackson is the name of the other female. I was trying to think of the name, right? So Shericka Jackson was really the one who they was expecting to come out there and basically smoke the event. my point is this, man. Sha'Carri Richardson, you know what I'm saying? She tapped into her mama mentality, fam, at the end of the day. And now the tables are turning, right? And now we kind of see how the media, now they kind of want to make her like a media darling now, right? And now everybody wants to champion her, and she kind of not really, she not even really jacking it. She doing interviews, she kind of side-eyeing them like, eh. And then she's also saying shit that I feel like is very important. You know, they keep asking her basically like, how do you feel about basically finally proving to the Jamaicans? And because like I said, they tried to make it a rivalry, right? And pit her against, when in all reality, fam, even though it's a competition, it could be a competition, but at the same time, to her point, I'm out here doing this for me at the end of the day. I'm not doing this for anybody else. And I feel like realistically, that's definitely one of the main ingredients of Mamba mentality, fam. You're going to be the only person in the gym sometimes. Facts. Sometimes your teammates not even going to be in there with you. Sometimes you're just going to be the only person in the gym. Sometimes you're going to be the only person in your own lane. And she literally was in her own lane. And I mean, listen, she came out victorious. I'm really losing my voice at this point. I'm really trying to like pod through it. But I'm not going to hold you. This is my first topic, fam. I might have to get some, hold on. I'll pause it and get some water if I have to. But let me go ahead and just, I just want to just, you know what I mean, highlight the fact that Sha'Carri is out here dominating. She's dominating, you know what I'm saying? Kudos to her. Like I said, it feels good to see other people basically overcome obstacles, fam. And it should be, you know, I mean, it's inspiring to me, you feel me? I mean, I'm not really sure how you can look at that and not be inspired, right? She got the gold medal, like, you know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Yeah, I already know she definitely going to be the cover of the episode and all that. Facts. I feel like, am I all for that? It was her first appearance in the world, you know, championships as well. So we need to note that as well, right? This is her first time on the big stage, right? And obviously knowing that, you know what I'm saying, they basically, she would have probably won this shit, you know what I mean, that year as well, right? So kudos to Sha'Carri. We gonna move off of that, right? I feel like this is gonna be a hard segue, but they definitely just named Keffe D. Apparently Keffe D is being charged for the shooting death of Tupac Shakur, the GOAT, hip-hop legend. Obviously, you know, hip-hop 50, Tupac Shakur, you know, is in every top 50, right? Obviously, you know, definitely my, you know, in my number one slot personally. But, you know, Keffe D being charged for Tupac's murder, 35 years after his death is kind of wild to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even really sure how to feel about this. I'm not even really that familiar with Keffe D. I've definitely heard this name before. And they're charging him with first-degree murder. Why now is my only question to this. I mean, you know, why would y'all come now? You know, we want to, now all of a sudden, like, we celebrating right now, fam. Why y'all want to come in and solve Tupac's murder after we just celebrated 50 years of hip-hop? I low-key feel like this is like some type of like, is this supposed to be some type of slap in the face? Is this like supposed to be some type of joke, fam? Because I'm not amused by this, and I'm not really interested in it, just for the simple fact that, like I said, it's kind of like, all right, we've waited so long for just something that made sense, right? And for years, all we got was a bunch of the beef DVDs, and they monetized this shit. They made billions off of Tupac and Biggie. They might have just made billions off of Tupac post, you know, after his death, right? That whole Tupac, Biggie, and every documentary that came out, they had this shit solved on all of those documentaries, I thought. Why now, fam? We celebrating hip-hop. Why is this coming out now? Why is this so significant now? I don't even really know how much credibility they even put into the justice system at this point, as I am going through my own legal situations, right? And I see how, on a minute level, they just really don't really handle the situation the way it doesn't make sense, is what I'm saying, right? It doesn't make sense, and this doesn't make sense to me just for the simple fact that, like I said, it's so many years later. We lost the Fanny, God bless her soul, right? We lost his mother, right? Who I'm sure she would, she wanted answers. I mean, at the end of the day, fam, I'm not really sure what to really even take from this, other than the fact that Keefe D, if I'm not mistaken, he sat down with Vlad, and I didn't watch the interview because I don't watch Vlad at this point. I mean, I feel like, I mean, listen, fam, if that's what floats your boat, listen, to each his own, right? That's just not really my cup of tea at this point, to be watching, you know what I'm saying, dudes 50, 60-year-olds talking about how much people they killed, and it's like, fam, there's other, like, go do a movie, fam. You sitting here really getting people booked. You know what I'm saying? But he's done a few of those interviews, is what I'm saying. So I might have to go back and look at a few of those, and maybe I'll be able to make it make more sense. But obviously, he's already been so vocal about this situation and, his involvement. Listen, rest in power to Tupac Shakur. You know what I'm saying? That's all we really, at this point, as long as, the estate is basically going to have to, I'm not really sure what the estate is doing at this point, right? I feel like we got more Pac songs and we ain't even get, I'm going to get off of this at this point. Rest in peace, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Keefe D being charged with his murder 30 years after his death, like I said, once again, it's just a little weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Especially considering the fact this is the 50th year hip-hop. I gave you my hip hop 50 review already, right? I had that third actually, right? But I was just too, I'm so, you know what I'm saying? I couldn't even contain it, right? So I had to just get that out of the way off top. And realistically, fam, I don't even remember I feel like I'm 3 weeks apart from my last episode, right? So realistically, what I'm saying is I had to get that off. I'm a little outdated. It's the 24th. The concert was the 11th. So yeah, that's about, yeah, that's about right. 11 days, yeah, that's about like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Know what I'm saying? I was giving y'all these joints weekly, you feel me? It is what it is, man. The studio will be back up, though. I'm not going to hold you within the next 2 weeks, man. And realistically, fam, I might have to, listen, I got work to do. That's basically what I was getting ready to say, right? I don't want to say too much more than that, but I definitely got work to do. And NBA news, I'm not really even sure what's relevant in NBA news right now. They released the schedule, right, which I have yet to see. But I definitely did see that, they put the schedules out and, for the Christmas games and all that. And realistically, fam, it's August still. You think I'm excited for a game on Christmas Day right now, fam? I'm not even sure why they do that. Like, why are you... That's a long time to wait, you feel me? We don't even know who's going to be on what team and all that, realistically, fam. You got players forcing their way out of contracts. The Philadelphia 76ers is a complete mess right now. I guess that's the only thing relevant in NBA news right now. James Harden fined $100K for calling Daryl Morey a liar. Apparently James Harden, went on some type of press tour or was asked a question while being interviewed, during a trip. I believe he was overseas in Japan. I feel like is Kendrick in there, Japan right now? I seen a clip of Kendrick. Everybody is always touring right now. I feel like Kendrick overseas, Harden overseas. Well, James Harden more specifically, right? Let's just stay on the topic here. He got fined $100K because he said he called Daryl Morey a liar. Now this is the thing, right? I watched a brief, segment of First Take where Stephen A. kind of was basically speaking on it. Kendrick Perkins, everybody was, he kind of was touching on it, and basically what I'm getting from it is that it's kind of somewhat of a misunderstanding. Now at the same time, this is like above my pay grade, you know what I'm saying? this is not really like, this is like, we talking about like, this might be mafia involved with this type shit. I don't know what's going on when the money is this. Understand that when the bag is this big, I don't really know what to take from the situation other than the fact that James Harden. I mean, I'm pretty sure 100K is not really, you know what I'm saying. You're not gonna take the, you know, the bread out of it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even have the, hold on, that's not even the cereal out of the milk. What is that they say when 100K is nothing? That might be his hairstylist. You know what I'm saying? He might be paying his hairstylist 100K every time they braid his hair, fam, which is not that often, right? The point being this, right? James Harden, I don't know what's getting ready to happen, fam. Then you got Embiid, the Embiid factor, right? Where they basically like, all right, at this point, is Embiid a stay or leave, right? Do we just blow the whole team up? That was basically what Kendrick Perkins' point was. You know, they might as well just blow the team up type shit. You know what I'm saying? Kind of get this shit. Let's get ahead of it type shit. Because at the end of the day, we kind of already know what's about to happen. We about to blow this shit up. You know what I'm saying? And build around Tyrese Maxey. Stephen A was like, nah, fam, hold on. And beat his box office. But at the end of the day, fam, I'm not interested in the NBA right now. When the NBA starts is when I'll get back interested in the NBA. Right now, everything that's going on is a bunch of gossip. It's like Flavor of Love or something. Like, it's just a lot of, you know, soap opera-ish-esque. D Wade inducted into the Hall of Fame. Like, okay, salute. Absolutely. I feel like Dwayne Wade is definitely, you know, worthy of the Hall of Fame. You know, amazing career out of Marquette. You know, he was definitely, you know, he was the man in Marquette before he was the man in Miami. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, fam, he been doing this for a long time. Obviously, he has the resume, the rings. You know, basically, yeah, everything was all good there. The only thing, and I mean, I guess you could say this is controversy, but the whole, you know, story here is basically that LeBron James, you know, wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, basically at the Hall of Fame ceremony, fam. So people kind of scratching their head, like, and they, you know, it's raising eyebrows, and realistically, I don't really feel like there's any big take from this. I don't. Pause it. You know, I had to break the audio. I'm back though. So yeah, where was we at? D Wade, listen. Braun ain't pull up to the Hall of Fame ceremony. Big whoop-de-doo, fam. Is there nothing else to talk about? Like, is the news cycle that dry in sports? Like, when the NBA ain't in, bro, when the season is like, they are fishing for a take, right? Like, chill the fuck. Like, Braun ain't pull up to the Hall of Fame. All right, maybe. I don't know. I guess you could make the argument that D Wade, you know, was very, very instrumental in LeBron's career. And, you know, a lot of his success, you know, would he have had all of the success he had without D Wade? Right? In a lot of ways, you kind of feel like Braun should have probably been the one to induct, you know, D Wade. I mean, realistically, fam, yeah. I guess in that regard, let me think about this. As cool as we've known them to be, I would have thought Braun would have been on this stage type shit. Realistically, though, you know, obviously Braun, we don't really know what people are going through at the end of the day. And we know that LeBron James is LeBron James on the basketball court, but at the same time, LeBron James is still a human being, fam. This man just had, you know, his son go through a whole medical ordeal, and from what I understand, he's definitely, you know, at a good place as far as recovery now. And, you know, I mean, but you don't know what, I'm not really sure why they are making it seem like it's something. I mean, maybe they have more information than I do. You feel me? Maybe there's something that could really be, you know, maybe they might have fell out. We don't know. Regardless of the fact, LeBron is a Hall of Famer. When he retires, D Wade is a Hall of Famer at the end of the day, fam. Is D Wade going to be there when LeBron gets inducted? I'm pretty sure he is. You feel me? And Gabby. You feel me? So yeah, I don't really feel like there's no hot take there necessarily, but we don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Woj knows something, but I don't know, fam. I've been in my own world. You know what I'm saying? Realistically, fam, I got to get my studio back. I got to, you know what I'm saying? legalities to deal with and shit. Am I off sports? Not really. Shannon Sharpe has officially joined the First Take. Yeah, that's been confirmed. September 4th will be his first appearance. You know what I'm saying? And Stephen A. basically, I just seen a clip of him basically kind of like welcome him. He's welcome. I can't say, how do you say that? Welcoming. Pardon self. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm off that cuss. Like I said, I just listen. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Hold on. We podding through the wire. I can't edit. So realistically, fam, it is what it is. It is what it is. It's the raw, you know what I'm saying? This EBCG uncut and shit. So look, literally, right? Shannon Sharpe officially joining First Take. Okay, I'm looking forward to it. You know what I'm saying? Personally, I feel like him and Skip kind of had something going over there, fam. But realistically, it has to be a reason why he left. And I'm just going to assume that he made the right choice for himself at the end of the day. Stephen A. ain't look too thrilled about it, though. I'm not even going to, I'm just going to keep it all the way 1,000, fam. I seen the clip of him, you know, I guess you could say he was welcoming him. He was welcome. Why can't I say that shit? Like, I feel like when I try to say it in a sentence of him welcoming him on board, right? He didn't really, he kind of looked like he low-key, he basically saying, I'm about to like basically like smoke you every day type shit. Like, you're not even about to be able to kind of keep up with me type shit. Like, I've been doing my homework, fam. I've been studying the tapes, fam. I've been watching what you was doing over there. And realistically, fam, you about to come over here and I'm about to make you look bad type shit. Like, he was kind of popping his shit. But we gonna see, though. I mean, Shannon Sharpe, you know, I feel like Shannon Sharpe has, you know, like I said before, man, he's done a good job of, you know, carving out his own path in the broadcast space. You know what I'm saying? With his own personality and his own takes or whatever the case may be. So that's something to look forward to. That'll be September 4th. He'll be making his debut. Am I off sports? No, I'm not. UFC. Alright, so this is the thing, right? UFC definitely just had UFC 292 that, you know, I'm not even really sure. I wasn't really even, I low-key kind of like, I basically missed this one, right? What I didn't do is miss the highlights, and I definitely caught the highlight of Sean O'Malley knocking out Aljamain Sterling, fam, in tremendous fashion, and I believe that was in round 2. So the whole situation here is Aljamain Sterling, this is the bantamweight division, you know, which Aljamain Sterling has basically been dominating, right? And the bantamweights, if you're wondering, they like, what's the weight class here? They like 120 through like 130 type. It's really the lightweights, basically. It's like the lightest weight in the UFC is what I'm saying, right? So once a guy kind of once you kind of start going on a winning streak in the bantamweight division, the expectation basically is that nobody's ever going to beat this guy, right? And eventually they was expecting, I guess, him to move up in weight. My point is this: Sean O'Malley came out of nowhere, and at this point, what it's looking like is that the UFC basically found their new Conor McGregor, fan. I mean, pretty much, you know, that's kind of how they're marketing him. Everything that they're doing, they even basically are making it clear that, you know, there's basically already a blueprint, right? And that blueprint that they're referring to is Conor McGregor. You know, when they asked him being Dana White, you know, they always, after every event, they have the whole post-fight press conference, and Dana White comes up there and basically just sits there and just basically smiles the whole time, because in the back of his mind, he's counting all of the money that he's raking in, fam. They got event after event after event. The UFC is definitely doing amazing things. Kobe definitely was involved heavily with the UFC too. I just wanted to mention that, you know what I'm saying? It's definitely Mama Day. What time is it? I don't want to miss my deadline. So the goal is to post this at 8:24 p.m. It's 7:02 right now. And I am halfway through this. All right, so let me just keep it moving, right? Kobe definitely has some amazing investments though with the UFC, and he cashed out actually, you know, right, you know, not too long, you know, before his untimely passing, unfortunately, you know, so he didn't even get to really, you know what I mean? He probably had vacation planned, all type of shit, fam. Rest in peace to the Mamba, man. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, UFC is doing big business though. You know what I'm saying? And Kobe was aware of that, and Dana White is definitely aware of that, and that's why he up there smiling after every damn fight. You know what I'm saying? Like this is. So I say all that to say this: he has the blueprint. That blueprint is Conor McGregor, Sean O'Malley. This took place, I believe, this event. I know this event was in Boston, right? And we kind of already know the history of Boston, and just going into that, like, you know, it's kind of like uncharted territory, right? Aljamain Sterling, if I'm not mistaken, is Jamaican, from Jamaica, or yeah, I believe he is from Jamaica, right? So needless to say, you know, with the optics of that is, right, when you fighting in Boston, that, you know, that whole entire arena was pro O'Malley, and they was making it clear, and, you know, they was actually basically bragging about how everywhere they went, you know, he's kind of doing, his merch is kind of going crazy, everybody's getting the merch, and they're really rallying behind him, and you know what, kudos to him at the end of the day, because realistically, fam, I have noticed from a distance, because realistically, I'm not going to sit here and act like I said, fam, this is the bantamweight division. Aljamain Sterling, he done won 9 or 10 fights in a row, fam. So realistically, fam, you ain't even really looking forward to Aljamain Sterling fights, because we kind of just know that he's too good for that weight class, right? This was kind of like a guy kind of caught a buzz, kind of came out of nowhere, and did a slow build. You know, some people may disagree. Some people feel like he got the Dana White stimulus package, fam. Yeah. They feel like they giving him a little extra push. And if I'm just being honest, I could probably say that they, you know, I could see how people would make that argument, just for the simple fact that I just see how he's being marketed, and it's not the same way that they're dealing with all of the fighters, right? I will say that, right? He got merged, all type of shit, right? But at this point now, he has the bantamweight championship, right? Because he knocked Aljamain Sterling out, you know what I'm saying, second round. Aljamain Sterling tried to get a little too, you know, he even admitted it after the fight. Like, I can't even really blame anybody but myself, because at the end of the day, I didn't stick to the game plan, right? Aljamain Sterling is known for his grappling and, you know, his ability to fight, you know, take fighters down and dominate them on the ground. He was in there trying to mix it up, and, you know what I'm saying, ultimately he went for a takedown, and that's where he got caught. So, you know, you got to give credit where credit is due. Sean O'Malley, you know, he earned his opportunity, and he went out there and he performed in spectacular fashion, fam. You know what I'm saying? And realistically, we'll see what's next. I feel like they should do a rematch. Yeah. Now prove if you really the champ, basically, right? Because if he go in there and knock him out again, obviously we still got John Jones and Stipe. That's in November though. So realistically, we got like 15 more pods before we get to that, right? I just wanted to mention that while we was talking about the UFC. We definitely still got Hazmat. What's up with Chimaev? I'm not even really sure who his next fight is going to be, but I'm sure they got something lined up for him. You know, Islam Makhachev and Charles Oliveira. I believe that's in October, and that's going to be in Abu Dhabi. That's the one right there. Looking forward to that one for sure. I feel like Savannah Marshall and Clarissa Shields, new PFL deals. So Clarissa Shields and Savannah Marshall obviously have a feud that stems from boxing, but now that they both have joined the PFL, the question is now, are they going to run it back in the MMA, right? And that's kind of what it's looking like. They just had a whole press conference. Savannah Marshall is up there. She don't sound like she's scared of the MMA smoke. Obviously, Clarissa Shields, you know, she been kind of doing this hybrid thing where she boxing and doing MMA, and you know what I'm saying, she kind of got a 2-year head start on Shorty as far as the MMA side of things. We already seen what she did to her on the boxing tip, so it's kind of like, this is what you actually do, and you couldn't even handle me here. You think you about to jump into something as a novice where I still can use my hands? Yeah, I'm just not sure, like, at this point, if she's just trying to get a bag, you know, more power to her if that's what she's trying to do. I'm not ever mad at anybody trying to get a bag, you feel me? And realistically, fam, if she want to get in there and fight her MMA, you know, you got to really just salute her at the end of the day, fam, for not being scared, I guess, right? So we'll see how that plays out, right? I don't think she want that MMA smoke with Clarissa Shields, fam. I don't even think Clarissa Shields might. It's a couple of dudes in the middleweight division that I feel like she might be able to understand what I'm saying here, right? I think we all sports at this point. New music. What's up with new music, fam? I haven't really heard anything as far as new music. The latest I've been on. What was the latest release that I kind of Travis Scott for real? And I still ain't even listened to the full album, fam. Yeah, music been kind of dry, realistically, fam. Hip hop, you know. And then my whole thing is, hip hop 50. Realistically, fam, who's playing new music right now? I'm not. I'm still on Nas, KRS. I'm definitely in the classic crates at this point. So that's really what's going. If I'm just being honest, that's really what's been going on. Like, I've been still kind of tapping into, hip hop 50. You know what I'm saying? We celebrating hip hop. So realistically, I haven't really been paying attention to new music like that. Travis Scott dropped. I kind of skimmed through that, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? I definitely got a couple joints off of there, but that's not an album that you just play every day. You feel me? That's like a museum. You know what I'm saying? You go once in a while and check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain albums that you just can't, for me anyway, personally. And realistically, like, I was just making this point earlier, I don't even really listen to music during the week anyway. Not often. I do sometimes, depending on, you know what I'm saying? Just depending on the day. I might have to bump a little Kendrick after this. I ain't gonna hold you. It's been a week. It has been a week, fam. But at the same time, when I see things like, people like Sha'Carri, you know what I'm saying? When I look back at interviews with Kobe and, you know what I'm saying? All of these things, man, it's just kind of like I need all that shit to just remind me. Yeah, you need these reminders sometimes. And, listen, man. It definitely, kind of puts things back in perspective, you know what I'm saying? When you see other people, you know what I'm saying, locked in and, you know what I'm saying, basically out here dominating in their fields, that's what Mamba mentality is all about, I lost my point, though, and where I was going. Where was I going? We was talking about new music, right, and I was talking about how Travis Scott, that was the latest album, right, that I listened to. Now, obviously, other artists have dropped. My guy Reason from TDE. So, Reason dropped, right? And once again, I've been digging in the crates, you know what I'm saying? So, I ain't really been but Reason is definitely one of the artists who, I feel like he got to get a spin. When Reason drop, I gotta tune in. You feel me? I kind of been, I've been on my nostalgic shit. I've been kind of distracted. It is what it is, but I'm definitely I don't necessarily feel like I haven't really heard that many reviews about, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really hear too much people talking about the album, right? So that, usually that kind of helps encourage you to go. But I'm definitely going to give Reason a listen. I feel like, he just had a whole thing on, he had a little online spat with his, with the label president over there at TDE, Musa, and, you know what I'm saying, obviously Kendrick just left TDE not too long ago. So, look, realistically, what I'm saying is this. It just don't look good over there right now to me. And just the optics of that, and for that to be his rollout, you know what I'm saying? Basically, it's kind of like, it kind of turned me off from even wanting to really hit the album, if I'm just being all the way 1,000 with you, right? You don't want to see no artist and no label dispute, and then the album coming out shortly after that. It just, you kind of know that the label's not necessarily, do they even really have this artist's best interest, right? Is this just business, fam? Are we doing this shit for the love of the culture, the love of the craft? Like, it's Hip Hop 50, fam. I see a lot of just weird shit going on and surrounding hip hop that I don't know, man. I just don't feel like it makes it harder for you to really look forward to a lot of this new music, right? And obviously, who else though? Drake. So Drake, right? Now Drake is definitely one of the artists that usually stop the internet when they drop, right? I'm Will Maddie TV. I'm a different cat. I'm a Kendrick guy. Realistically, I don't really, but I definitely was kind of, I listened to his last project. Well, no, not his last project, because his last project was the shit with 21, right? Yeah, the pop shit where he was basically singing all the tracks. I listened to a good amount of that. You feel me? My point is this: he definitely has been promoting, this For All the Dogs album. That I believe some artwork was released, and if I'm not mistaken, I haven't seen it yet, but what's being reported is that this artwork is a artwork that I believe, I guess his son drew, and his son did his album cover. And I just feel like, man, we need to just get back to the time where we just focused on putting out dope albums, man. That's all I care about, fam. Is rappers putting out dope rap albums, fam. Can we just get back to that? And I'm a little disappointed in a few artists. I'm not gonna name any of them yet. I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. And realistically, fam, it's a lot of artists that I'm basically waiting to see what they're doing. We celebrating the 50th year of hip hop, fam. There is no reason why. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of artists who I'm expecting to hear from. Is basically what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Pardon me. Yeah. No edit. EBCG uncut. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're gonna hear me coughing to the mic. It is what it is, fam. I'm under the weather. Realistically, fam, I did not think I was gonna be able to get this done. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to me for figuring it out and getting this shit done literally at the last second, Yeah, Mamba mentality though, man. I had to come and do it, you know what I'm saying, on Mamba Day. Facts. You know what I'm saying? EBCG, this is only the beginning, even though this is episode 40 and we want to celebrate that. Because I'm not going to hold you, man. 40 is, hold on now. It wasn't that long ago. Joe Budden was on 40. And realistically, fam, I feel like, I'm just saying, fam, he had Marissa and Rosenberg and shit. And Rory. They wasn't getting paid yet, but yeah, man. There's definitely money in podcasting, and there's definitely, let's get off of that, right? We're gonna save that for a later episode, because when I get back in the studio, y'all know I'm gonna come back. I might have to bring the instrumentals back and all that, fam. This shit is like, it's quiet, fam. The fan on. I hear the fan over my. Listen, man. Everybody can't go, but everybody is welcome. Episode 39 in the books. We on 40 now. I low-key just tried to. It is what it is. If you know, you know. ᴘᴏᴅᴄᴅᴅᴇ on Drink Champs. Now this is interesting because I actually seen it. Like, I literally seen him on there. Like, I was scrolling, whatever day they dropped it. I said, oh, ᴘᴏᴅᴅᴇ on Drink Champs. And I literally was getting ready to click on it. And then I said, I'm good. And I just didn't watch it. Facts, right? Fast forward, right? Fast forward. Apparently, he went on there and, had a, basically a very, very distasteful interview, right? So I'm not saying this to tell you that I'm psychic, right? And that I can see the future or anything like this. But what I'm saying is this, fam. I have a really my filter game is strong, fam. And you kind of just know when I just looked at the, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like it was going to be, it's just something about, you could just kind of tell when, I looked at the thumbnail, like his energy on here don't look. But long story short, man, I didn't watch the interview, and I probably won't watch it. I kind of pretty much got a good gist of what took place on there, and what took place on there is that ᴘᴏᴅᴅᴇ is basically, still in his feelings, man, over some things that happened in the past, man. But realistically, man, you know, when these guys do interviews, man, can you really blame necessarily the things that they are being asked questions? Obviously, Drink Champs, we already know what the reputation of Drink Champs is and how Nori conducts. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like off the rails or whatever the case may be. It's Drink Champs, right? They go there, you at the bar, basically, right? That's kind of the theme of the show, right? So they're gonna have bar conversation or bar level, you know what I'm saying, conversations, I guess. I just feel like the whole Ashanti thing, and Ashanti actually also was, ironically enough, also at the Hip Hop 50 concert. Definitely forgot about that, which is crazy, right? I feel like I definitely, yeah, I have some footage of her as well. Yeah. She came out there with, I believe during the Fat Joe set, if I'm not mistaken. She looked amazing. She did. And it makes it that much harder to believe that a man that actually had, like, you had her in your good graces, fam. Listen, whatever on the business side of things, there's not really much that I or anybody else can really say, right? As far as, people's masters and publishing and, what I'm saying, the rights of the music and business was conducted at the end of the day, fam. Ashanti's name is on the dotted line on something to where he has the rights to something. Now, that's not something that we could dispute. The only issue we can really have with ᴘᴏ Gotti at this point is the fact that he's going on public platforms to kind of disseminate this information in a way that will kind of basically degrade a black woman, ultimately, fam. Why are you on there? I'm not sure if I'm just hearing things, man. I'm hearing things and I don't like it. That's all I'm saying, fam. I ain't watched the interview and I'm probably not going to watch it. And ᴘᴏ Gotti at this point is just kind of like, this the 58 year. What you mad because they ain't calling you to perform nowhere? And they calling Ja? Ashanti is booked, fam. I see the Instagram. She's never not on a plane, fam. She get into the bag, bro. Keep the masters, bro. Keep it. But just keep her name out your mouth for a little bit now, bro. It's over, bro. It's over. The Murder Inc. is all over, bro. The summer's over, right? Murder Inc. dominates the summer. We already know that, right? Fam, it's just over, bro. It's just over. And I'm not going to hold you. I loved what they was doing when they had their runs. I did. A lot of, yeah. They was the backgrounds to a lot of moments, fam. Facts. But I'm just saying, bro, like, you kind of got to just let it go and move on, fam. You got to let it go and move on. We going to move on from that. Because realistically, I'm looking at the clock now. I could tell when I start, I'm pressed for time, right? The segues get a little swifter. In financial and political news, SpaceX is currently being sued by the Department of Justice over alleged discriminatory practices against people living under asylum and refugees. It claims that they're selectively, rejecting qualified individuals. So this is just something that's being alleged, and realistically, fam, I just caught wind of this. The Department of Justice is suing SpaceX, the aerospace company owned by Elon Musk, over alleged discriminatory practices against people living in the country under asylum and refugees. The federal government contends in its civil lawsuit, which was filed Thursday, that the company violated the Immigration and Nationality Act between September 2018 and May 2022 by discouraging asylees and refugees from applying to the company and refusing to hire or consider them. Yeah, so basically, this is like rich people problems. Elon Musk, more money, more problems is basically what this is. The complaints contends that Musk and SpaceX leadership repeatedly made false claims that the company couldn't hire anyone who was a U.S. citizen or green card holder because of export control laws. I'm not really sure what to take from that. Obviously, listen, man. Listen, if anybody knows about companies with bad, policies and practices, it's ᴘᴏ.ᴄ.ԼY, fam. I done seen a few, situations that just kind of didn't add up, right? Most of them don't. What I'm saying is this. I'm not going to, I don't really have much to say about that, just for the simple fact that these are all allegations at this point. Elon Musk, I'm not really sure what to make of Elon Musk, realistically, fam. I mean, obviously he's innovative, right? Or he presents himself to be this kind of, I don't really know what to make of this shit, man. Like I said, once again, bro, I've been just so tapped in and focused on what I got going on, bro. Like, I don't wake up to read about Elon Musk, is what I'm saying, you feel me? So, realistically, fam, all of this shit that they saying, like, I don't really know. SpaceX, you got Twitter, you got the Tesla, like, fam, you might need to just go sit down for a little bit, fam. There's no reason why Elon Musk, then you want to fight. There was reports about him and Mark Zuckerberg. They supposed to fight MMA. And it's just like, fam. All right, we get it. You was a nerd in school your whole life. You never got any attention. You was in the back of the classroom. We get it, fam. Now you got some money. Now you want to be seen and heard every day, fam. I'm not really sure how that correlates with that, what I just read. But basically what I'm saying is this. I'm cool on Elon Musk. You feel me? Realistically, when I seen that one, he had that damn, when he basically first rolled out the Tesla, I'll never forget that presentation when he basically said that the window doesn't break, and then he broke the window, fam. I was kind of all for that at that point. Like, you supposed to be a genius, fam. So that's kind of what's going on there, as far as financial, as far as political. So this is where things get a little interesting here. Plane crash kills 10 people in Russia, including Wagner Group leader Yevgeny. Now, this is definitely not how you pronounce the name, but I'm going to go ahead and give this my best shot here. Prigozhin. That's not it. I just was watching this shit too, and they pronounced it and everything. I don't know how to do it. I can't do it. I'm not going to hold you. Yevgeny. So this is the thing, right? This individual, led a rebellion against, the president, Vladimir Putin. It's the president over in Russia. Obviously, Vladimir Putin is Vladimir Putin. End statement, right? So if you know, you know, right? And obviously, we know that Vladimir Putin has a very, very, a strong grip on the way things run and everything that's kind of going on over there in Russia, right? Pretty much there's nothing that happens in Russia that Vladimir Putin doesn't kind of really have a say, a say-so in, basically, right? He's the president of Russia, right? So, obviously, whatever's going on politically with Russia, and obviously we already know that Russia and Ukraine, they invaded Ukraine, and I believe this same individual from the Wagner Group, actually was involved with that heavily, right? And had a lot, was basically, a part of that invasion of Ukraine, right? And then ultimately turned around and led the rebellion against Putin. So this is some Russian political shit. You know what I'm saying? I say all that to say this, fam. Because I'm trying to go down the timeline of events. Realistically, fam, this is like some Russia politics. I'm not even really sure. Once again, the EBCG, everybody. The E for, the E in EBCG does stand for everybody, right? So we want to be all inclusive, right? And there are worldly events that take place that we do want to take heed to. What I'm saying is this is not the one for me personally, right? I just feel like whatever took place over there, and, obviously the reports of this plane crash, different reports there's reports of explosions being, taking place on the plane before the crash. And so at this point now it's an investigation and they're trying to figure out who, basically what exactly took place here, right? They got footage of the plane spiraling out, crashing. It's a whole mess. And realistically, fam, we don't really even want to talk about any type of crash, on Mamba Day anyway, right? Plane crash, helicopter crash, these are not, this is all shit that, it's kind of basically clearly out of our control. We want to just say prayers and condolences to the people affected by this, right? Obviously 10 people were on board, they lost their lives. We don't want to dismiss the loss of life. What we're saying is this: as far as politically, I'm not really in tune with Russian politics, other than what we're being, what they allow us to see over here, right? On our news cycle, which is not that transparent, to say the least, right? Donald Trump, at this point, is expected to surrender at any moment, apparently, to the Fulton County Jail. Once again, this is the thing, right? Obviously, there's a lot going on politically, right? I feel like I could close my docket at this point. Hold on, I feel like we're going to hit y'all with our final thought. Yeah, we're going to hit y'all with the final thoughts, and we're going to roll up out of here, man. Obviously, you know, like I said, the studio's down. I really just wanted to come on here and get something in the archives, you know what I'm saying, for Mamba Day. Episode 40, milestone episode. It's still a lot of, you know, I'm gassed at this point, so bear with me on this outro. It's still a lot of work. Still a lot of work to do, you know. You know, win, lose, or fail, though, you know, as long as we're applying those methods the way we need to, you know, I feel like, man, listen, the sky's the limit, man, for the EBCG, for you and for me. You know, Donald Trump expected to turn himself in. Like, you notice how I kind of just went away from that? Because realistically, fam, I don't care. They about to lock him up. They already booked Giuliani, right? They got his mugshot all over there. That is kind of like, it's a lot of people that was waiting to see that right there. I'm not going to hold you. Giuliani had a death grip on New York during his era and shit. But yeah, you know, obviously the 2020 elections, I just feel like, you know, the damage has already been done. Donald Trump already served, you know what I'm saying, his presidency already, right? So to me, it's kind of like, all right, I'm pretty sure there's people who would have appreciated this during 2020, right? When this actually took place, right? And obviously, listen, I don't really know what to believe anymore at this point. All I know is this. This is the EBCG. This is episode 40. This is only the beginning. I'm going to just keep on winning. They could keep on sinning. And I won't be forgiven when I get up in it. Something like the ninth inning, Yankee Stadium. I feel like I got to really, nah, I'm not going to hold you. I'm about to end this shit. I am. I'm an hour and 16 minutes in. It's 7:30 p.m. Episode 40, EBCG. You know what I'm saying? Definitely stay tuned. Keep it locked. You already know what it is. AMP. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I'll be doing a lot of I'll be going live over there. Random pop-ups, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, between time. You know what I'm saying? ᴘᴏᴅᴄ.Λ TV. Wishing you all peace, love, and prosperity. To the next time. 1.